Welcome back to the John Daigle Show, episode 5, where we go wherever the wind takes us. Or is it episode 4? I don't even know. I've already lost track. Training camp opens next week. We should all be getting outside for this final 7 days and touching grass before we're not allowed to in our personal lives, just disappear forever. And I'm excited about this one. This episode in general, whether it's 4 or 5, but this recipe in general. I've been trying it all week, and I think we're prepared for it. So let's get to spicy watermelon margaritas, just in case you're going to an event or you want to make it for yourself this summer weekend. And it's really simple. We just start with a cup of watermelon, give or take. You know how much watermelon you need, but I know about a couple cups of watermelon is going to give us at least 2 margaritas. So we have that. As you can see, the honey is also already dipping down here, but we have that. We also have just a couple other ingredients because I like to keep it simple, or as simple as possible on this show. So I've already prepped diced jalapenos and limes. That's what we need. 2 limes, a couple cups of watermelon, and a diced jalapeno, and a couple tablespoons of honey. You'll know because you're going to go by taste. And don't forget the tequila. Whatever tequila you want. Either way, I'm going to squeeze 2 limes, so lime juice, on top of the watermelon, along with the honey, and along with the jalapenos, which we will put in. If you don't want to make it too spicy, 2 or 3 slices of jalapeno will do. But honestly, I like a whole jalapeno, and you'll know whenever you first try it. So we have everything. Pretty simple, just the ingredients. We're going to get the tequila going. Start off with about 2 ounces, a cup, because again, we're making 2 here, and then you just start muddling it together. I like to go light with the tequila at first, because since we're going to go by taste, you are going to be able to decipher quickly whether you can put more tequila in or if it was too much from the beginning. Just like with any cooking recipe, it is significantly easier to add than subtract, to put in rather than take out. So start light on tequila, understanding that we can always go back and add more. Not a big deal. What I love about this one too is, unlike the peaches, watermelon muddles so soft, so quickly, and so easy. The white peaches from the first episode, if you want to see the spicy peach margarita recipe, it took a minute to muddle those things because peach, although juicy, a little bit tougher. Watermelon, however, still in season, still juicy, still beautiful. And then once we're done muddling, you can give it a little stir. We're still going to use our strainer. I have a personal strainer here, just to make sure we get all the watermelon pulp, all the giant jalapeno slices out. And then, genuinely as simple as straining into a glass of ice. And if we did it correctly, it should make 2. Not that we will drink 2 on this show. We might. Who knows? But if we did it correctly, it should be just enough. And then I like to also keep the top of the jalapeno for garnish, if only because we can then take it and we can put our little jalapeno on top. Look at that. It's Mr. Hat. Beautiful. That's how we're going to garnish it. Just a beautiful summer watermelon margarita. That one came out perfect. I probably could have got away with more tequila. That one came out amazing. But anyways, with that out of the way, let me talk to you. Because we discussed, as David Lynch watches on, David Lynch, who I had the pleasure of meeting, of course, at SFB Live this past Sunday, Historical Anomalies asked Win the Cookbook. And stay tuned after the parlay of the day. Good friend John Hyslop coming in with another dinger parlay for everyone today. But stay tuned because afterwards, I am cooking. I got a little recipe for everyone, something I've already hinted at in the past. But we talked about it on The Most Accurate Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Myself, John Paulson, Justin Edwards, just yesterday. It's up right now. We led the show off with DeAndre Hopkins news. And right now we're seeing a little bit of a shift. And we're seeing a butting of heads among everyone. Some arguing that DeAndre Hopkins should move up or perhaps stay the same. I am simply arguing on the other side of that he should move back slightly, but still should drop in the rankings, given that the Titans remain a run-first offense. The good thing is, 2 years ago, 2021, that was only the only time in the last 4 years that DeAndre Hopkins' target share dipped below 25.5%. Even last year, he boasted over a 26% target share. Small sample since he played 9 games, a majority of them without Marquise Brown. But DeAndre Hopkins was still a elite target earner. My concern is that we have Treylon Burks, who was never healthy last year, injured twice throughout the season, the second time quickly after he started finally ramping up from the first injury. And he did have a 20+% target share in 2 of his last 3 games. Small sample as well, but at least we saw he was getting healthy. However, I don't want to rule out the fact in DeAndre Hopkins' age 31 season that Treylon Burks can't lead him and the team in targets and target share. And that's the way the market is dictating now. I'm not going to lie, this is really good. We're just going to have another drink. Definitely make that one. Send it to me this weekend. Send me your photos. Mike Shop last weekend sent me a photo of his pickled gin martini. Hashtag show me your drink. We'll get the sign going. Show me your drink. I want to see your drinks. But since the market is pushing both down, and in my opinion, rightfully so, but the market is allowing us to get a discount on Treylon Burks. I don't know what the percentages are. Projections are going to differ wherever you look. But I would rather take that dip and bet on an ascending receiver who was not healthy last year than stake my claim in DeAndre Hopkins as a mid-4th round selection. And that's what's happening right now, since its ADP dipped to 46 overall. Not only that, because remember, we don't know the role DeAndre Hopkins will play. Yes, he played a career high in slot rate, 36% under Tim Kelly in 2019. Kelly, of course, the Titans' current OC, the last time those two linked up with the Houston Texans in that year. But also 36% isn't an impactful rate. It's not a high rate. Whereas at least we know just 1 year ago, for his career at Arkansas, Treylon Burks was 77% slot receiver. That's the position he's used to playing. That, of course, went to Kyle Phillips last year, who led the Titans with an 86% slot rate around being severely injured and really not playing too many games. So I actually think there's a greater chance Burks is in the slot and getting the layup targets as a yards after the catch machine. Think Quentin Johnson, bigger Quentin Johnson, not as fast, of course, rather than DeAndre Hopkins solely earning targets on the boundary. So I'd rather take those layup targets, honestly, from Ryan Tannehill at a discount in ADP. Although, again, it would not surprise me if Hopkins led the team in targets. I would just rather allow the market to tell me what to do. And right now, that is 1, take the discount on Burks, and 2, take the dip on Chigokonkwo. Because Chigokonkwo was 38th in route participation among all tight ends last year. And a wide receiver addition, even one as impactful for the starting offense as DeAndre Hopkins, doesn't answer our question. It was never about the target share. Yes, the target share would have been sexy for Chig. It would have pushed him into top 10 tight end, fringe tight end 1. But even if we're taking away that target share, the real question comes down to, is Chig on the field? And even after the DeAndre Hopkins signing, we don't have that answer. We are solely betting on an elite talent who led his position in routes and yards per route run, 2.61 on limited usage. So I still, if we think he's on the field, that's a bet I still want to make, and I still want to bank on his efficiency. And at least we can do that now with Okonkwo as a low end tight end 2. I meant to hit the theme song there. We are back for the parlay of the day on this beautiful Thursday, and the people wanted it, John Hyslop. The people wanted the Dinger parlay brought back on the show, and there's no better day to do it than one that ends with Y, in my opinion.
That's a valid point. Like, I love Dinger parlays. I see why the people want it, because they are ridiculously fun.
Then let's get to it. And I know also they enjoyed you sharing the odds checker board. So if you would like to pull it up again and show the actual lines that you are looking at in order to dictate which batters we're going to parlay and bet on today, then I'm all for it. Let's get the board going and let's get everyone on here. What area do you live, by the way?
I am in Tewksbury, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay. When and if I'm in the East Coast the rest of this summer, it's a tight summer now with football right around the corner, I will definitely reach out.
Oh, dude, you should. You should.
I don't know what your drink of choice is, but I don't know if you've heard, I can make a mean margarita.
Nice. I'm a beer guy. I'll go with the like a white Mai Tai or something like that when I'm out, something like that. But who knows?
I'm a hazy IPA guy.
I'm up for anything. Yeah, hazy IPAs are nice. All right, so
they didn't come here for our drinks, though. They came here for the Dinger parlay of the day.
Talk about drinks. They want to talk about dingers. Here's what I'll lead with this. I'm going to tell you right now, Dinger parlays are probably one of the dumber bets you can make, like as a bettor, like when it comes like, and I say that meaning this, like every time I make a bet, I think I'm going to win. Always. Like I really expect to win, like every single time, except Dinger parlays. Every time I put one in, I'm like, wow, that would be awesome. And like, what am I thinking though, is the next question I ask myself. But then somebody hits a home run early and it's just electric after that. So there is that. With that being said, Juan Soto, how does he not hit a home run today? Like seriously, he's got Chris Bassett on the mound for the Blue Jays. He's given up 18 dingers already this season. More of them were to lefties than righties. Soto is absolutely crushing the ball right now. When you look at his exit velocity logs, he smashes righties, obviously being a lefty himself. Even if he doesn't get the Bassett, though, you can. Ooh, the line just dropped. Even if he doesn't get the Bassett,
you're moving lines.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it right now, like, whoa, what just happened? Actually, they took it off the board at multiple books. Maybe he's not playing. I hope that's not the case. But anyways,
that or they're listening to you. We don't know which one. We cannot confirm.
Either way, the books are listening to. They're on to us, guys. But no, the Blue Jays bullpen, just known dinger giver-uppers. They're everywhere in that bullpen. I think they're one of like the bottom 5 in home runs given up by relievers. I think this is the move. I mean, it's plus 390 at FanDuel. It was just in the 4s a minute ago. And then if you look at it's off the board at Caesars, off at DraftKings, off at BetMGM. Wynn still has it up at plus 350. So something going on there. I'm not sure what that is, but something's definitely going on. That never happens.
If we hear anything, we can definitely pass it along.
Yes. Maybe a lineup came out. Who knows?
But Juan Soto.
They're listening. I like that they're listening to us, Jeff.
Okay, so who else outside of Juan Soto, just in case it gets pulled?
Okay, so now next we're going to go same time, which is awesome. That's another thing that's awesome about Dinger parlays when you take 2 at the same time. I mean, it's just nonstop action. Francisco Alvarez, New York Mets. Best played, it looks like, WinBet is at plus 500. I did this at DraftKings earlier, though. WinBet comes out kind of late. So I wanted to get down earlier. DraftKings is good. Plus 450, fine with me. You can see plus 380 at Caesars, plus 390 at FanDuel. So, I mean, you are definitely getting kind of a deal. Same thing with this guy, though. Alvarez, exit velocity logs are just outworldly. When he hits the ball, I mean, he smacks it. So that's what you're looking for, Dinger props, too. You want guys hitting the ball hard. Like, you can't predict a home run. I mean, the guy's going to get a handful of at-bats against a major league pitcher. So, you know what I mean? Like, good luck with that. But guys hit home runs every day. Happens every single day. He just hit 2 the day before last. He had a run recently where he hit a home run in 4 out of 5 games. Now he gets Michael Kopech, known dinger giver-upper. I think 18 home runs in less than 90 innings pitched so far this season. The White Sox bullpen, same thing as the Blue Jays. They give up home runs like it's their job. So we're going to have 4 at-bats against guys that give up dingers, and we're going to have a guy that hits the ball hard. I feel like that's what we're looking for.
So we have Juan Soto, if he's in, if we don't get pulled everywhere, Francisco Alvarez, and then was there a third one?
There is a third one, and I'm going to pull up the line right now.
A man I bet on the other evening, and he didn't have one, but of course he had one the following night because that's the way it works for us.
Yep. Are we talking Gunnar?
We are talking Gunnar, yeah.
Yep. Gunnar Henderson. I had him the day before last. He actually, we both should be happy to know that he did smoke a ball that day, just to not go over the fence. So there was that. So we were right. We're picking guys that are hitting the ball very hard. We're talking like 100 plus mile per hour exit velocity. That's what you're looking for. He fits the bill here. If you look at the screen, I got him at plus 550 at DraftKings. Win is still not out yet. They're late. They got the day games up, and it looks like the night games they don't have out. You can still go to BetMGM plus 500, FanDuel's plus 520. Caesar's just lagging right there, plus 460. That's one, I mean, you have to shop in this market just because they are ridiculous bets to make anyways. So you don't want to take plus 460 when you get 550 somewhere else. I mean, that's just, long term, that's going to cost you. But Gunnar, again, slamming the ball. I know it's going to be Glasnow on the mound. I get that. He's given up 8 dingers in 47 innings, though. So it's not like he's not giving up home runs. 6 of those have been to lefties. Gunnar has a hit off this guy. He's only seen him 3 times. I would assume he probably smashed that ball. I didn't see the hit, but I like to think that it probably went off the top of the wall just to kind of help me out a little bit there. But plus 550 for him. With the way he's been hitting balls, I know, again, he just hit one yesterday. So the people are going to bully us for taking the guy who homered yesterday. He had a run already this season where he hit a home run in 3 straight games. So this does not apply to Gunnar. And if you ask me, if the guy hit it yesterday, you know what that means? That means he's seeing the ball pretty well. So I don't think that's a bad thing that he hit a home run yesterday, even though they'll tell you online. I don't know if you've seen him, but man, I don't like it.
Historical Anomalies is also updating us in the chat. MLB right now does have Juan Soto in the lineup batting second. So if you can still get out there, as you mentioned earlier, now is the time to do it with Francisco Alvarez, Gunnar Henderson. And do we stop at 3 today, or do we want to take our chances?
I'm stopping at 3.
Okay.
I was looking at the later game, but I didn't find anything. I think the A's game, their DH, the Diaz kid, kind of checks a few boxes, but there's no reason to add him. I mean, this one's $5 at DraftKings will get you $9.81. They have a profit boost, 25% profit boost. They'll only let you bet $5. So that's the way I like to use my profit boost, is just dinger parlays. But John, I think this could be the one. I really do.
I do too. I have faith in you and us. And as you mentioned, it's for fun. So just everyone out there, the profit boost, the odds boost you get, and $2 to $5 is what I say. Not the normal unit size. A couple bucks. Just have some fun watching the game and rooting for dingers.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's nothing better. I'll tell you. Yeah, you really got to temper expectations. This is going to get us through till football season. Do you know what I mean? We have a month and a half, roughly, before we're betting football again, betting full units, going nuts and stuff. But we need something to do in the meantime, just something. And I'll tell you what, I've been doing this for weeks now. It's been great. I actually did hit a 3-teamer maybe a month and a half ago. So we're still kind of working with that cash. So, I mean, it is possible. But at the same time, you go 0 for 3 way more times than you go 3 for 3.
The great John Hyslop. Tell them where they can find the rest of your work, since I know you're also putting out YouTube videos with strikeout props as well.
Oh, yeah. YouTube, great channel. I like to say it's the greatest channel in the history of channels. At Slop Rules there. Also, too, I write and do content for OddsJam. Where that screen you're looking at there, that is OddsJam. So go check out their tools. Got a lot of great stuff.
Awesome. I appreciate you jumping on. And when we take this one down, I will definitely have to bring you back next week. There's no other way.
I feel like that's what we have to do. I'll see you, John, though. Thanks for having me, man.
Good luck, bud. If you recall from the first episode of the John Daigle Show, I mentioned bringing my German potato salad to a friend's 4th of July party. The difference in German potato salad and American potato salad just being vinegar-based. I like that acidic flavor. I personally prefer German potato salad to American. Potatoes, a pound, pound and a half, it doesn't even matter really. Baby Dutch or fingerling, whatever you have available at your store. Boil 15 to 20 minutes, soften them up. The fork you poke into it, which should just genuinely slide through. That'll be your sign. The beautiful thing about mashed potatoes as well, not only a terrific dish to bring to any friend's party, looks impressive, even though I'm about to show you, this is a 5-ingredient dish, potatoes included. You can take the skin off, you can cut them however you want, because I like that rustic look. For this particular salad, I prefer to keep the skin on and dice them. We want those discs for the look. Apple cider vinegar, honey, tablespoon or 2. Dijon mustard. It is easier to put in than take out, so you can go slowly. And then what I like to call my secret ingredient for this dish that makes it really pop is the fresh dill. My German friends, apparently their mom's secret recipe to this dish, German potato salad, is also fresh parsley. Put your handful of fresh dill in there, a spoonful of Dijon, tablespoon or 2 of honey, your apple cider vinegar, and then remember, if it's too acidic, we can always cut that acid with honey. In this case, I actually want a little more vinegar. Beautiful. Let's just fold it in. It's okay to ruin those fears, but ideally we want to keep those fears because, again, I think they're aesthetically sexy. This is what real life looks like. We're going to crack it with some black pepper. I don't even know if that looks sexy, but it looks sexy from right here. So we're just going to end the show with that. Again, thanks for tuning in. And remember, be a little bit kinder than what's required. We'll see you next time.